Hello, today I will showcase a watch from China, which I find to be a very good addition to any collection, to any watch enthusiast. So this one is a pretty one. This is the Feice FM019, which is a skeletonized version of their homage to the Audemars Piguet Royal Oak, which you can see obviously with the case design. So it is a skeletonized watch. The Audemars Piguet is pretty much ungettable, so even if you would like to spend this amount of money, which it costs, which is insane, you're still not going to get it. So just on the gray market, and if you are a fan of this kind of look, skeletonized look where you can see the gears, the parts working, then go for that. You have a 42mm case, almost 42, yeah, 42 at the thickest point, yeah, exactly. You have a wider lug to lug, yeah, 44mm or 43, depending on how you measure it, because it's an integrated bracelet. So you have to have a bigger wrist for this. Obviously, it's a bigger watch, but I have to say, my wrist, it looks pretty good. I have a 7.5-inch wrist. So yeah, this is how it looks. I don't think it's big, and I don't think it's too flashy either, because obviously it will get some patina over time. It will get less polished, but the polish and the build quality are really well made, and this is why I wanted to showcase this watch. This is the integrated bracelet, very well done, I have to say. It has a little wiggle. Yeah, you have of course sapphire glass all the way. Yeah, in the back you have a see-through case back with beautiful movement. This is the Hanju 7500 movement, where you can actually see the parts working and the jewels. And I think, will it focus? Yeah, I think you can see why it is so beautiful. It is not just see-through from one side, it's see-through from both sides. And when the light passes the movement, you can actually see all those golden gears and all those jewels. So yeah, very well made. It's obviously an ETA clone, but very high quality. Yeah, very high quality watch. So some watches obviously come with some minor mistakes, production inconveniences, inaccuracies. Mine did not come with those, so it was just that I had to screw in the screws in the back. They were a little loose. This was my task to do. And what is the biggest complaints from my side is that the manufacturer actually shows the wrong picture. If you take a look at the face of the watch and at the case, you actually see the screws, the rectangular screws, or the screws which are not round. Those are screws which actually are more close to the Audemars Piguet Homage. But in the picture which you order, you have round screws. So you actually order something different than you get. But nevertheless, I made the manufacturer aware of this mistake and hope that they change it in the future, because this is the more beautiful version of this, and those screws actually look very well made. The brushing looks good, so I have zero complaints about that. Sometimes the Feice logo is a little bit off, but for mine, it depends on the perspective. I think it's well enough made so that you realize that the craftsmanship for this price is absolutely insane. It keeps the time pretty well, and this is something which I have not recognized being the case with all the Chinese watches. Many watches I tested on the Timegrapher, they were too inaccurate. This one was just a couple of seconds off, and it increased over time though a little bit. I will show you on the Timegrapher. But for this watch you get thickness. You have 13mm thickness. I think it works really well, and it's not too oversized. And if you take a look at the skeletonized movement, if that's your thing, then go for that. Yeah, on the Timegrapher. So coming to the Timegrapher, I'm using the Weishi 1000, which is not the most accurate Timegrapher, but it's enough for a hobby enthusiast like me. So as you can see, you have a slight deviation, -7 seconds, -3 seconds. I put in a lift angle of 53 degrees. It is a high beat movement of 28,800 beats per second. So obviously you have great accuracy, and if this deviates further than 7 or 10 seconds a day, I think I would go for a réglage, for regulation of the movement. I'm not sure if this is hard or not, but I think it works fine, and for me it keeps the time well enough. And well, in the end, it is about your preference. It is a mechanical watch still. It's not a quartz movement, it's a mechanical movement, so slight beat error. But oh yeah, now it shows minus 12 seconds, so depending on the position which you actually put the watch in, you have different readings, but it is not too much. I tested it over a period of a month or so, and it keeps the time pretty well, but I'm more confident that I could regulate it in the case of it going actually more wrong or off than more than 15 seconds a day. Okay, so this was it. Still a beautiful watch, very well made, and comparing it to many other watches from China, I think this is one hidden gem. Take care.